Okay, good evening. We're going to get started. I'm going to call the Village Council regular meeting to order at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, February 11th. We need a motion to allow Councilmember Bob Markleese to participate remotely.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Any changes to the agenda? We moved new business to consent. It was new business number 1 to consent agenda number 7, and it is discuss and consider approving engineering firm to provide services related to the Streamflow Rehabilitation Assistance Program grant and specifically to stream bank stabilization as directed in the grant award. So we move that to consent. Any other changes? Hearing none, I need a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next up is the adoption of the previous minutes. Anybody have any issues, changes, updates? No. All right, hearing none, I need a motion to adopt the previous minutes from 1:30:25.
So moved. All
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next up, Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much. Next up is public comment. Austin?
First up is Ron Hamill, 3219 Oak Brook Drive.
All right, Mr. Hamill, you have 3 minutes. If you can state your name and your address.
Okay. Ron Hamill, 3219 Oak Brook. Where are the council's priorities? This week, we're talking about the flooding issues. I do not feel that Marvin Loop should be #1 priority. I understand planning for the future. Village Hall open around maybe 22. The video and the audio and the taping we still have issues with. The accountability of that issue should be taken care of. No one wants to be accountable for this, but someone should be to get the job done. This is a new Village Hall. Maybe we have a warranty on it, I have no idea. This building was built on land that no one really wanted. Engineers encouraged maybe a retention pond, but it was never built at the time. These sandbags here in the front, I'm sure every time it rains, you kind of hold your breath. They're just not cutting it anymore. It is not a good look for the community to see sandbags out in front of this building. It looks like a Village Hall from Newtown Road. It looks like it's sinking. If you stand out in front on Newtown Road, you look at the building, it looks like it's going sinking. I recently walked through the trail, and as you go back through the trail and through the preserve's backyards of the Village Hall, it looks like maybe the water in the stream is going down like a bathtub, and it's starting to smell like a septic tank from the water just sitting there and getting stagnant. I'm sure this spring the mosquitoes will be out around the trail area. So I think maybe the hall here should be a priority on getting this water issue fixed. My major concern is the storm water, when it really does rain, if we ever have that great big one, the infrastructure is not built yet. We're going to have buildings going on next door and down below us. And when they start building, this whole thing could just sink right down into the hole. We're waiting for a developer, maybe Zepsa, to build this retention pond next door to us. But by waiting on that, of course, I'm not an engineer, but just by looking at this area, common sense can say some things just need to get fixed. Just take a look on the back side of the Village Hall at the bottom of the trail. The council has seen so proud of this trail. Honestly, see it slipping into a hole down at the bottom. We need some stormwater management infrastructure before the buildings occur next door and behind us here. The Preserve of Marvin and Marvin Creek are both having flooding issues, and the water has to start here at ground zero and work its way down to it. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
here
you
you
very
go,
much.
Mr. Young.
Austin, anybody else?
Next up is Joydip Chakravarti, 422 Belvedere Lane.
All right, come on down. You have 3 minutes, if you can just state your name and your address.
Hello, my name is Joydeep Chakrabarti. I'm at 422 Belvedere Lane. I'm here tonight with my son Rishi. He is a Boy Scout, and is one of his requirements is to attend a government meeting and pay attention to the issues at hand, and hopefully notice something where there's differing points of view, and so we're really interested. So we appreciate this opportunity to come tonight. I didn't really have any other issues to discuss. I just wanted to thank the council. I did have, the previous speaker, was talking about flooding and trails and things like that, so I just jogged my memory that, we do use the trails in this area quite a bit. The one on, Marvin School Road in front of the Marvin Elementary is great. We use trails all around the area from Matthews to Ballantyne, the whole area, and we really appreciate nice trails. And we see whenever the weather's nice, you see tons of people out there walking with their dogs and stuff like that. So we really encourage the council to keep pushing for more and more trails, more opportunities for walking and enjoying the great weather. So that's all I had. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
That's all.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is reports and updates. Manager's report, Christina.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I had a couple of updates for you. Trail hours, operation, and installation of signage. I did have a resident report some concerns on trails. Namely, they wanted to have hours of operation of trails. Sun down to sun up is what was suggested. They also wanted to make sure we posted signage stating the hours of operation. And then they also had recommendations on putting signage up for no motorized vehicles on our trails, which is a violation of our ordinance. So I wanted to let you guys know that that was a concern that was expressed. I did send you all an email letting you know those concerns, and I also sent that same email to the Park Recreation and Greenways Chair so they can discuss it at their level as well. Just wanted to bring it to your attention.
So I think I would like to know, because I know the park has hours of operation. I've never been on a trail that has hours of operation. I'm not saying that people don't have them, but can we check into some other municipalities, maybe county, find out what types of, if they have any, what theirs looks like, maybe what their signage might look like, and then ask them how they enforce that? Because I think that's going to be hard to enforce. I do think that if, with the motorized vehicles on the trails, if whatever the sheriff's department needs in order to enforce our ordinances, then we need to get signage for that. So let's find out, oops, sorry. Time's up, sorry. If we can find out what they need for the signage, but let's find out trail hour information, find out what the Union County Sheriff's Department needs in order to enforce our ordinances, and we'll put it all in one sign if that's kind of where we decide to go with it.
So in terms of municipalities, instead of just blanket municipalities in general, are you guys okay with just Union County or?
County, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, and I would ask, and I would ask the county too, because they've got trails and things. So let's ask the county and Waxhaw, Weddington, Wesley Chapel.
So we'll get Tyler to call a couple municipalities in Union County that are like size, and maybe a couple of surrounding counties that have similar sized municipalities.
And then I think that security is also an issue, so maybe ask them, like, what do they have, like the blue light thing? Like, let's ask them kind of what do they have for security for their trails? And, again, we don't need to reinvent the wheel.
And then in terms of signage for both hours and motorized vehicles, I've done some preliminary research. I still have to have a sit-down chat with a couple of our deputies, but we do, from my understanding, enforcement of motorized vehicles is not necessarily they need a sign posted. We've got some ordinance changes that we need to take place in our ordinance to allow the Union County Sheriff's Department to do some enforcement. So we've already started working on that on our end. We'll have that, not the next meeting, but the first meeting in March. So we'll have some more information back on that. And we'll do some research and give you a report in 4 weeks.
Okay,
The second thing I wanted to talk about, which is not listed here, you all had asked to take over Stacy Howie on the contingent of no left turn restrictions. I did consult with DOT. They are willing to allow that. They don't have any requirements to have that restriction on their side. I didn't really ask them about the resident. I did ask them about the resident only, but that's something that we're gonna have to figure out with PDS. If you really wanted to make the order contingent upon them, we could apply for an encroachment sign, but I don't know their ability to allow us.
I mean, I'm less worried about the resident only there as I am about the no left turn.
I figured that's what it was with you guys.
So that is very encouraging. So, I mean, I would say let's start walking down the process of what it's going to take to,
Yeah, I
Take
mean, as
that-
far as
take that
PDS
over.
is concerned, it's really up to them because it's their property, but,
Yeah.
and if they want to help us out with that intersection and show some good faith, then that would be great. It'd be good to, reach out to their HOA president, and see if they could do that.
Okay.
But as far as the public road, if we can head off some bad accidents that happen down there at that intersection by
He did-
reducing the flow of,
The left-
against the flow during peak hours, that would probably be
He
a
did
good thing.
mention something that we had mentioned at the last council meeting, and that was that if we did the no left restrictions, then it would likely encourage cut-through traffic, I think at Broadmoor is what Hunter had mentioned. So wanted to just remind you of that, and then also he encouraged us to reach out to NCDOT to let them know that this is what we're planning on doing, so that if they needed to, if we wanted any input from them as to how that would change their routes. I don't know that you guys care about NCDOT routes.
who told you to,
NCDOT,
reach out to NCDOT?
just as a suggestion, not as a requirement.
DOT said reach out to NCDOT?
Yes. NCDOT said reach out to SC. Did I say
Oh,
NC?
yeah, okay,
SCDOT,
SCD, I
So,
don't,
actually, they,
I don't know that I care.
they posted signs for the no-through trucks on our side of the line, because South Carolina does not allow trucks through truck traffic on their side of the line.
Oh,
So I was gonna suggest that if we do put a no left turn during peak hours, that we reach out to South Carolina DOT and see if we can get a sign posted at the other end of the road, at the Y there, so that people are aware, so that they won't try to go down that road and make that turn. They'll go straight and then make the right on,
yeah, okay.
which is South Carolina Marvin Road, and come up that way, which is a much safer way to traverse that.
Okay.
Just for the record, Mayor Polino has joined us on Zoom at
Oh.
6:12.
Hello, Mayor Polino at
So we can-
6:13.
He joined a minute ago.
Oh,
You need to make a motion
6:12.
to,
Oh, I need a motion to allow Mayor Polino to participate remotely.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, none opposed. Okay.
Thank you, guys, and just a heads up, I was on for the first two people who,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Spoke.
I didn't see you get on. Okay, all
you
right.
know, I've been on. I've just been quiet, which is unlike me.
It is, okay. All
We'll say
right,
about 6:05 then.
okay.
so if everyone is on board with that, then we'll start the resolution of abandonment from NCDOT.
And then start working on the encroachment agreement for the no left turn sign.
We don't need one,
Oh, we don't need, oh,
No.
because it's our road.
yeah.
Oh,
We,
okay.
so we would need
to order
one,
a no left turn sign.
we would need one for the resident only, but
Yeah.
again, I don't know if you guys super care about that.
I'm more worried about the no left turn.
Okay.
So we need to get
And
that
again,
ordered.
that's really on PDS, if they wanna help the intersection out. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be on them to restrict that entrance. And then they would have to get the encroachment agreement from NCDOT to put something in their right of way to post that.
And then we'll reach out to SCDOT.
Yes.
And
NCDOT's got to call NCDOT. I was like, what's happening?
I
Okay.
probably said it wrong. I probably said
Okay.
NCDOT.
That's why I was confused.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, planners report, Hunter.
Good evening, council. Got 3 items to just provide you an update on. First being, I sent email to council last week having links to comprehensive plans. Believe after further discussion, we're going to kind of go into depth in that at the work session meeting at the end of the month. If you get a chance, just please go look at those and kind of just seeing the content and all those.
Not
If
if,
it- Please go.
Go and read them.
And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I've also got a couple others that I can kind of reference, but those are kind of definitely some of the ones that had some clean content, kind of easy to kind of navigate and just get familiar with everything that's included in them. Second item is I met with the developer for the Heritage at Marvin yesterday, Jones Homes, regarding they have begun the sewer extension project to install the sewer infrastructure. One of the things that came out of that was that they are installing sewer to the pie-shaped property there off of Newtown Road. I'm sorry if there's not an example, or sorry, a visual. But in short, you had this 20-foot sewer easement and you had the 30-foot greenway easement, and they were kind of separated. So to limit disturbance, I've reached out to the county to see if they were okay with us relocating the greenway easement on top of the sewer easement so we can still maintain some of the existing canopy. The other thing that came up is if you guys recall, you guys did receive a fee in lieu portion for the natural surface portion that runs adjacent to Meadowlark. The portion along Newtown Road is still, per their approved plans and their development agreement, is to be paved. However, when you're paving with asphalt, it requires more equipment, more disturbance. So I wanted to see if council had any issues with potentially consider doing the natural surface trail if it's to our standards, where it would allow for them to meander it better and preserve some of the existing canopy trees throughout their buffer.
Got no issue with it as long as they follow our standards. I mean, I would prefer the natural trail.
Me too, because it's in the woods, it's in the trees, I think it would look nicer. But going back to the sewer easement and the greenway trail on top of it, did they say that was okay?
I have not heard back from the
Oh,
county.
okay.
I reached out yesterday
Okay.
but that's what kind of drove the surface material discussion of that, I believe. I think the intent is really the 20-foot wide easement for the sewer's centered right in that. Essentially move the 30-foot easement off the center line of the sewer. So it's basically a 40-foot kind of overlapping easement, but then the trail surface now being natural, I feel like the county may be a little bit more,
It'll be easier if
Yes.
they need to go in and do any repairs.
Yeah, they would have a 20-foot on each side of the line.
it's 10 on each.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think it says it in their standards, it's 20-foot, but
It's
we'll check.
it's a lateral
Okay.
to a property, so. But with that being said, and Chaplain, I'll get with you on this, but this is one of the items I was mentioning. Per their development agreement and the original conditional zoning, it was to be a paved trail. So I'm assuming, would that need a amendment to their development agreement to do natural surface? Or would that be a minor modification potentially?
I think it's a minor modification, and those could be administratively handled.
Okay.
But I'm fine with that, I actually prefer it, so.
Okay, I will get back with them on that. And prior to them constructing that trail, I'm gonna have Keith come out and we're gonna review some of the trees along the path to make
Maybe
sure.
we can meander it a
One
little
thing,
bit through.
Though, on that, and it just brings to mind, because there are certain trail maintenance differences in trail maintenance requirements for that. So I just want to make sure if they're going to do a natural trail, that they do it, that they maintain it according to how we maintain ours, so that they don't have the weeds and the.
Well, that trail would be-
leaves And the whole thing.
That trail would be ours.
Oh, that trail will be,
Maintain
so
it.
we'll be maintaining it, so it'll be at our same standard.
Yeah.
Correct, we would just,
They're putting it in, but we'll maintain it.
Okay, I
So-
gotcha.
So would we actually get them the standards that we're currently having?
so,
contract
I'll get with Chaplain on that, since I know that we are in the process of getting those standards or make sure they're kind of incorporated in regarding the different 4 types of trails, natural surface, all that stuff. We will make sure that if we're allowing them to do that change to the original approved plans and agreement, that at least that it references those standards for our natural surface. And then the last item, well, with that being said, I will come back and confirm with you guys at the work session I just wanted to get some direct feedback regarding the heritage. The last item is the critical intersection design. I know I mentioned this in the past or previous meetings. I have received the two recommendations. Sorry, we have two intersections, Marvin and Joe Carr Road, and then Stacy Howie and Waxaw Marvin Road. The engineering firm that the county contracted with to do these design and cost estimates have gotten me basically to incorporate into the plan, which I believe has to come to you guys and basically adopt. I'm just kind of giving you a little heads up, basically a roundabout and a signal interchange recommendation for both. I believe the next steps on the process is a public meeting, and that will all be advertised and gone through with the county. However, if any members of council want to discuss that further, or at the end of the day, they both get incorporated in, and then we take those cost estimates and that initial 30% design to go seek additional funding opportunities through CRTPO or something. So just want to at least put that on your radar. So if you have any questions or would like to get any of those information, feel free to reach out. That's all I got.
Good. Anybody have any questions for Hunter? Nope. Okay, thanks, Hunter. Deputies report. Joe, come on down. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. The only thing that's standing out to me is the still high number of traffic stops that we've done this past month, and still the high number of preventative patrols that we've been out and about getting seen. Other than that, nothing else really stands out unless you guys have any questions about what's on here.
That's good. I'm happy to see that you guys are doing this stuff. You know, I see 6 instances of careless and reckless driving were addressed. I know it's been happening for quite some time. I'm happy to see that you guys are catching these people and you're addressing the situation and trying to get these people to slow down, because it has been a problem for quite some time. And I like seeing that you've got the traffic stops. That's good.
And I know from the first meeting that I came in, when I was first coming over here, the numbers on the diagram were a lot higher than they are now. So we've been slowing a lot of people down these past few months and doing what we got to do.
One of the other areas of concern, you know, as we're getting a lot more traffic from the development at the Heritage of Marvin, you've got the trucks coming in and out on that big curve on Newtown Road there. Had a conversation with a resident that lives right in that area, and that's why we asked staff to move the radar sign out in that direction. But if you could just keep a focus on that, because with that traffic coming in and out, you know, making sure people aren't blazing from that straightaway coming from the South Carolina line, hitting that curve, and trucks are coming in and out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been quite a zoo out there this past week.
Yeah.
Because they've been cleaning lines or whatever, and they've been in the road, and it's been crazy through there.
Good, very good. Anybody have any other questions for Joe? Nope, all right. Good, thank you very much.
Thank
Be
you, guys.
safe out there. Christina, I apologize, I skipped over a roads report, but I figured we didn't have anything.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, sorry about that. Planning board report.
We met on Tuesday, January 21st. We went over 3 things. The first thing was to repeal and replace the planning board rules of procedure. The biggest change was that if a board member makes a motion, a second is no longer required. And that was passed unanimously. The second thing we went over was to recommend the approval of a zoning map amendment and find the proposed zoning map amendment and goals of the village land plan. Simply stated, there is a piece of property, and it is 7 acres, and it is located over 9709 Marvin School Road, and we're looking to change that from a rural residential to a single-family residential, and I think it's actually going down to what would be 2 parcels, but or actually allowing more, excuse me. It's 2 parcels right now on 7 acres, and it's looking to break that up, and it was approved. It'll probably be coming across us to look at that. The third thing was that there was a Board of Adjustment training meeting. Again, some of the members on the planning board are learning how to be on the Board of Adjustments, and we kind of went over a slight training, and that was it.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Bob? Nope. All right. Thank you very much. Next up, Parks Rec and Greenway Board. John?
So Parks and Greenway, we did a couple of different things. We continued our review of the Parks and Greenways master plan, letting them know that there's still kind of a larger question we're working out at a higher level as to whether those will be individual plans or part of a more comprehensive plan for the rest of the village's different other plans. We also had further discussion of some of the survey questions, and we're continuing to work on those. We did discuss the recommendations that came from council regarding the Marvin Trail Loop and some of the repairs that need to be done. We had kind of done that contingent on PRG, and they agreed that with the middle cost that we were talking about with refinishing and asphalt. We also discussed, Hunter had the new plans that they were 70%, but they're kind of more like 90%, he said, plans for the Village Hall Park. So we were able to kind of see those for the first time in a while, and everybody liked the changes that had been kind of made, the preservation of the trees and stuff that we worked on, so that went over well. And then considered the repeal and replacement of the PRG board rules of procedure like we've been doing with all our boards, just cleaning up some of the stuff, seconds and stuff like that. So that was it.
Great. Thank you, John. Anybody have any questions for John? Nope. All right. Next up is Coffee with Council. I'm just kidding. It's event planning. Come on down, Tyler. Just kidding.
Yeah, so next up, April 12th, Easter egg hunt, April 12th. It'll start at 10 a.m. I'll just give you guys a quick little, kind of more detailed. So at 10 a.m., 0 to 3-year-old kids. 10:45, 4 to 6-year-olds. 7 and up is at 11. Feel free to come, hang out at the park the whole time. We'll just have 3 different egg hunts, so there is enough space and eggs to go around. We're going to have a petting zoo in the smaller lawn, and we will have our friends at the Charlotte Fun Bus coming by to offer a little bit of fun out there. Trying to see if I can get the Easter Bunny to stop by. We'll see. But yeah, so that's that Saturday morning. Not long after that, April 26th, we'll do Marvin Day at Marvin Eford Park. It'll be from 4 to 9. It'll be a big shindig, so definitely be looking online at what we have coming up on that. And then after that, May 31st, we'll do our 5K. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tyler, do you need any kids volunteers for the Easter egg hunt or anything like that? 'Cause I know there's some
glad
kids
you-
that have been looking for some volunteer opportunities in the community, so.
Yeah, we'll always take volunteers. Well, we love having kids out at the events to help out. We've had a good group in the past, so anybody's willing, give me a call, shoot me an email.
And I've got the high school beta club lined up for Marvin Day
Look at
volunteers.
you, you're on that, all right.
So I will get that sign up genius out to them, but I've talked to the advisor and she is all about it and said, send me the sign up genius, so we're good.
Perfect.
One
Anybody got
of
any?
the other things, Tyler, and might be more directed at Austin, but are we getting these events already out on Facebook and social media?
Yes.
Just, I think the sooner the better, and
We are already
For sure.
advertising Easter egg. We're in the early stages of Marvin Day. Those posts are simple. They'll get more complex as Marvin Day gets closer. But yes, we're already advertising pretty much through May.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool
Anything
deal.
else, Tyler?
Nope.
Nope. Thank you very much. Coffee with Council debrief. That was Wayne and John.
He took all the notes, and I was asking questions, and we had quite
We did have a couple former Marvin Councilman Steve Nichols and his wife Iris came. They actually live right across the street from Jones Homes. They gave us some of the feedback of some of the cars on the curve there and so forth, that there are some concerns about the traffic. They did ask that, from a Marvin perspective, as we continue to monitor the progress there at Jones Homes, that, there's a lot of commitments that were made in terms of, the tree buffers and, while there's certainly the knowledge that, plans do necessarily change a little bit, with requirements from Union County, from a easement perspective, all those type of things. But they really want us to make sure that we kind of hold their feet to the fire to the commitments that they made on the tree buffers, opacity, different things like that. And I've had some conversations with Hunter and others kind of about that. The other thing was just, really more concerns about the traffic enforcement, on that curve, especially with the construction going on. So, we had a real good conversation. Anything else you can think of, Wayne, that I might have missed here?
No, it was the traffic and construction, what they perceived and everything, and I think Hunter's already addressed that with them.
Yeah, and thank you to the staff, because I did call in with that recommendation about at least putting the radar sign there towards that straightaway, and they actually asked Jones Homes if they could put it on their property, and they were very good about allowing us to do it, so it'll get people hopefully to, when they see that little number flash up, tap your brakes a little bit before you get to that curve.
Good. Thank you, John. Thank you, Wayne. All right, next up, WUMA report. Andy?
Well,
Joe?
we were at our retreat.
Oh, so we still didn't have no WUMA report?
Yeah, so there will be one coming up in February in a couple weeks, and from the emails that I saw going back and forth, I'm not sure a whole lot happened at this one that we were not able to attend anyway. And so they're looking forward to getting this next one going, and we're going to be making some plans for the future agendas for the rest of the year, and we're going to have our state representatives come and visit us and have a conversation with us. Also getting Brian Matthews scheduled to come for our makeup, where he was not able to attend the last time. So we've got some stuff coming up, so looking forward to seeing what comes out of this next meeting.
Good.
Kim,
Yes.
I have one more thing to add to that. I did receive a call from Weddington Council Member Jeff Perryman regarding in March 27th, we're hosting WUMA, and we're changing the time, and you might want to take note as council members, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. because we are accommodating a number of state local officials. I think I'm showing Dean Arp, also Todd Johnson, David Willis, a number of county commissioners, and so we've invited them, and that was the schedule that worked best for them, 7 p.m., and they will be attending the Village of Marvin. So for those of you council members who would like to be there, I don't know if you can participate, but we might want to call, like, that there is a special meeting where you have a thing, but as long, if we're discussing things, we may want to call a meeting, but Jeff has suggested to make that change, and I confirmed that with Austin, and thought that could eliminate us all going to Raleigh, but I think, Austin, you mentioned something about them wanting to have some time to work on what we're asking them to do.
What was that date, Joe?
March 27th is when we host WUMA at the Village, and the time is normally at 4 p.m. It is now moved to 7 p.m.
Thank you.
No, not 4 to 7.
We will issue a potential quorum notice for that. You guys should not call a special meeting for that.
Okay. But can council members participate?
They should not. You, Mayor, you and Councilman Wortman are the designated representatives for Marvin, so you should represent their views at the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor, that's the same, March 27th is the Independence Fund dinner downtown, so I don't know if that's a conflict for Representative Willis. and for Todd Johnson, but I just want to throw that out there.
It's good to know because I just heard this from Jeff Perryman. I actually took a call while I was out here in where I'm at, and he had said that they all agreed to that time. So I don't know if they've overlooked that. So I'll send that note back to him. And what is it again?
So, March 27th, at 7 PM is the Independence Fund dinner that is being held downtown. I know that the last time I talked with Representative Willis, he said that he would be attending that, and I think there was a possibility of Todd Johnson attending it as well. I will be attending it, so I would like to, come to the WUMA meeting, but I've already committed to doing it in the Independence Fund. So just have them check their calendars. If that's the case, it is what it is, so.
Okay,
All right, anything else?
I'll
Mr.
send him a note.
Anything else, Mr. Mayor?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else for WUMA? Okay, thank you, Andy. All right, next up is the consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended?
So moved.
Further discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. We are down to open topics. Anybody have anything? Going once? Twice? All right. Hearing none. Review of action items. Austin?
Okay, this will be quick. On the consent agenda, Christina's going to begin negotiations with Dewberry or RK&K as a backup for the scope of work and budget for the stream bank stabilization work related to the STRAP grant. Tyler will be contacting other Union County municipalities for research on trail hours of operations, and we'll check with the sheriff's office to see what they need. Davey will start the abandonment process for Stacy Howie Road, order a no left turn sign, and contact SCDOT. And Hunter will move forward with the natural surface trail at the Heritage of Marvin.
You got anything, Christina?
No, trail hours of operation, I don't know if you said that, but
Yeah, you
got
did.
that noted.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next up is a review of the Mayor Pro Tem list. That would be my list, my micromanager list.
I'm opening it now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go.
What are we doing about the emergency exit for the park, Davey?
We've got,
Emergency exit for the park.
we've got that listed on, well, and there's an update listed on the board at one of the subsequent meetings. I don't remember
Okay.
what date.
It's
It's,
also checking with NCDOT on where they can put it and all
Okay.
that stuff too, so.
All right, let's see here. Christina, have you executed the contract with Blue Ridge Trail Works?
I have not.
Okay. Have you executed the agreement with Russell Standard?
I have not. We're waiting on NCDOT abandonment.
Mr. Mayor, have you arranged the meeting with the Waxhaw mayor?
He's muted.
Unmute. There you go.
Trying to, sorry. Things are a little sketchy here. He did give me a call back, but we have not set an official time. I've reached out to him again, and the last conversation was me reaching out to him and getting those dates, but he hasn't got back to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilman Deathridge, have you heard back from Centralina about annexation assistance?
I have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic. All right, very good.
Supplement of the Westminster Dog Show.
Oh, goodness.
That was not me.
Whoever's watching the dogs. Davey, did you get the sidewalks repaired in Marvin Creek?
I've reviewed them, the sidewalks have been, had our contractor review them as well, and they meet.
They meet standard. Okay, Austin, you can check that one off the list.
Noted.
Davey, have you purchased the temporary signage for road closures?
That's in, we're in the process of that.
Okay. Christina, did you execute the change order for the trail standard with Dewberry?
Yes.
Oh, okay, check that off the list. And we can check off the list for Stacy Howie, no left turns. Check that off the list. All right, good, thank you very much. Council comments, we will start with you, Councilmember Barkleys.
I have no comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
I would just like to say, welcome to, I think his name was Rishi, the Boy Scout.
Yes.
Who was there. I appreciate him coming out and learning a little bit about local government. So, and I appreciate all the things that the Boy Scouts do. And thank you for, sorry I couldn't be there again today, but thank you for managing the reins there, Mayor Pro Tem.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. John?
No comments.
Andy?
I'm good.
Wayne?
Just want to thank the,
Turn your mic on.
thank the deputies and the staff.
Thank you. Jamie?
Ditto.
All right. Ditto on my part, too. Closed session. I need a motion to go into closed session.
Read the full thing.
I'd like to move to recess into closed session pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11A3 to consult with attorney to preserve attorney-client privilege and to consider give instructions concerning the lawsuit Chris and Victoria Comiskey versus Village of Marvin and Kim Vandenberg, 25CV000-445-890 and 3:25-CV-00087-FDW-DCK, and to consult with an attorney retained by the public body to preserve the attorney-client privilege.
Thank you very much. Further discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, and we are in closed session.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Do we need any of this stuff?
Arrivederci.
What's that? No.
I need notes. We can't take notes? I thought somebody said we couldn't take notes. No.